Hello there. This is to welcome you to an episode of what we call The Quest. Coming from the Mount Zion Institute of Alumni International Christian Faith Fellowship, we are introducing what we call The Quest. You would ask, what is The Quest exactly? Well, The Quest is an initiative to get you ready for our coming film festival this year in October. So we're starting a program where we will be rebroadcasting some of the exciting features of our film festival for the last 3 years. And then we call it the quest towards the film festival in 2024 or 2025 or 2026. We'll see how long this carries us. We'll start broadcasting these episodes 1 week at a time. And we'll be bringing you some of the exciting features and highlights of some of the things we had at the film festival. What are the things we had? For those of you that were part of the film festival experience, you remember we have impact messages, beautiful encounter with spiritual fathers. We'll be bringing, I can't tell you which episode or what's going to come in each episode. And I don't even know what's going to come right now once I'm done at this intro, but we will be having some of those impact messages. We'll be having some of the exciting workshops. We'll be having some of those very powerful seminars that you encountered in the past film festivals. Isn't that exciting? I'm excited. So we're trying to cheer you up, remind you, get you ready, so that as we prepare for this year's film festival, you can reconnect with some of the exciting features that we had in those past years. But while you're watching this, we want you to be blessed. We want you to share it across all your social media platforms. We want you to do that. But more importantly, we also want to remind you to get ready for the film festival this year in October 15 to 20. It's going to be so beautiful and wonderful. So anyway, not to waste your time, we're going to get you on now to join the next episode of The Quest. And after which I will come back with a wrap-up message.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me this afternoon in this workshop. We are going to talk about the understanding of digital distribution of faith-based films. What my goal is with this first 25 minutes that I'm going to help you a little bit more to understand what are the possibilities in this digital distribution worldwide. What are the different options? My prayer is that it helps you to have more creative ideas of having your movie out there instead of just the things you are doing right now. And perhaps you're doing most of those things already, then I think you're doing great. But I think there are always ways to find to improve your movie, to have it out there. Small introduction, I'm Michiel Kopier, I'm 27 years old. I'm married for 4 years now, I have a little son, or he's almost 2. I'm in the media for 9 years now. I first worked 3 years for different broadcasters, and then I was asked to do this role of platform manager for New Faith Network. New Faith Network is an online SVOD channel with faith-based movies. We are based in the Netherlands, but right now we are available in seven countries. Our most important countries where we are available are Norway, the Netherlands and Australia. So that are the countries where we mainly focus on. Then you know in which area I'm working in and where I learned the things I want to tell you guys about. We have, during those 6 years, I had some experience with movies, with acquiring movies, and I think those learnings can help you guys as well with getting your movie out there on channels and in this digital distribution. I want to start with a quote from the filmmaker Rich Cristiano that I heard when I was in a workshop of him almost a year ago. And what he said there, someone asked him the question, how can I earn my investment back from my movie? Isn't that much harder right now than it was ever before? And then his response was, it has never been easier to get your movie investment back. What he means with that, and he is in the business for decades now, what he meant, when he started, there were two options. You had DVDs and you had the cinema or screening in churches. That was it. He said, right now I'm having a worldwide audience. From my laptop in the US, I can reach out to Christians all over the world through all those different platforms. And I think that's something I like you all to find out today, that you can have a worldwide audience of Christians all over the world with your movie if you are doing it right in digital distribution.
The Mount Zion Institute Alumni International Fellowship, Mziaif, announces her 4th official International Christian Film Festival from Oct 15th to 19th, 2024. The last 3 years featured exciting and impactful moments, with several projects submitted from over 75 countries on average. Categories include full-length films, documentaries, short films, cartoon and animations, music videos, spoken word, audio drama, stage theatrical projects, promotional videos, and film projects made originally in French, Spanish, and several other selected language for diversity engagement. Also inclusive are the Project 542 and Young Kingdom Generation Project 2024 categories. Also featuring specialized workshops, engaging seminars, high-impact messages, faith and family film interchange, networking, special film screenings with celebrations with your crew, global awards and celebrations, and special screenings to include French and Spanish films only. Final notification shall be made on Oct 1st, 2024. For more information, email info@mzifilmfestival.com. Come and be part of this great film festival with filmmakers from over 75 countries. Get ready for a glorious ride as we celebrate kingdom impact through global gospel films.
I want to walk you through the 3 different opportunities that are there in digital distribution. There are 3 models. The first one is default. Default is that people pay for your movie. They can watch your movie once or twice or just for 24 hours. And that's it. The second one is the SVOD one. SVOD is like the Netflix model. People pay for servers each month and they can watch when they want, what they want, whatever they want for that amount of money. I think this, for faith-based movies, this is a really interesting one. And this is also the one I'm working with. So we are working with New Faith Network, that's an SVOD channel. So people pay per month to us and they can watch on the platform whatever they want. And then the last one is the AVOD possibility. An AVOD is based on advertisement. So for example, YouTube is of course a really important one there. People can watch the movie for free, and the only thing YouTube does is putting advertisement before and in between. So that's the AVOD model. I want to walk through all of them a little bit more to explain the do and don'ts, and also why I think there is an order as filmmaker you need to be aware of. The first one is the default model, so the pay-per-view model. The nice thing about the default is it gets more revenue per viewer. So the viewer needs to pay for the movie, and that's much more than you will receive if someone is watching your movie on an SVOD channel or on an AVOD channel. The downside is it's quite difficult to get your movie or to get customers into your movie, because you need to convince them to watch your movie, to pay for it. And they need to think, really need to think, oh, I need to see this movie, otherwise they will never pay for it up front. I think this is possible, but I think this is mainly doable for the high budget movies. So the movies that are also seen in cinema that have a broader audience already, I think there it is doable to do the default model. But if you made a movie that is for the digital market or for the broadcaster market, I think it's much harder to use the default model. But please try, because it's an extra window that perhaps is working for you. I think it's important to try to find a faith-based default channel. I know at least one, that's Christian Cinema, that's based in the US. They are quite successful there, I know. So that can be an option to try to submit your movie there. But I don't know whether there are default channels, faith-based default channels somewhere else in the world. But I think if you do your research, perhaps you will find one. Then the SVOD model, so the Netflix model. I think it's good to mention that those SVOD platforms, they will not pay the highest fees. So you will not earn your investment back on just doing one deal with just one SVOD channel. You will need more than just one channel. Because those SVOD channels, they need a lot of content because they need to get their subscribers happy. If their subscribers cannot find something to watch, they will unsubscribe and then they will lose their income. So for them, it's really important they have a lot of content with what they can convince their customers to watch movies. However, I don't think you must say too fast no to a deal that you can make with the SVOD channel, because if the movie is successful, they want to renew the contract for a longer period of time. Perhaps another service will see the movie on that service and they will think, oh, I want to acquire that movie as well. Because from one deal with one channel, a default channel or an SVOD channel, can come another deal that can be interesting as well. So do not say no immediately to an SVOD channel or to a default channel if they say we can pay you this much for the movie. Because you never know when your movie is out there what will happen in the future. And again, try to find those faith-based platforms. There are a lot of them in the US. The biggest one of them is PureFlix. We with New Faith Network, we are quite big in Europe. But please do your research. Please search for different platforms to have your movie out there. Sometimes it happens that a country-specific broadcaster, a faith-based broadcaster, has a small SVOD service next to their broadcast channel. So that can be an option as well. Then the AVOD model. So the advertisement model, it's easy to put your movie online. For example, YouTube. You just need to make an account, submit your movie and done. But it's really hard to find your audience because your movie is out there on YouTube or another AVOD service and it's in between those tons of content. How will you reach a Christian, for example, in Asia with your movie that's made in South Africa? That's almost impossible. But if you know how to find an SVOD service that is faith-based, that is working in Asia as well, that makes sense because they already are trying to find this Christian audience for you, and you only have to submit your movie to their service. So I think that's the reason why SVOD is so important, that we are getting that moving, because then we know to find all those Christians worldwide with your movie. Then I think it's really important to think about, if I put my movie on AVOD, I don't think it will be suitable anymore for SVOD or default. Or at least they are not going to pay as much as they would be if the movie was not online on YouTube or another free AVOD channel. Because what is the point of having a movie that's free available on a paid-for service? For that reason, I think as a movie maker, you need to think about windowing. So first look for, is there a default channel that my movie can have my movie on? If not, or your movie is not suitable, search for SVOD platforms. And then after the SVOD platforms, You can think about, oh, I want to have my movie out there for everyone. That's the moment you decide I'm going to put it on AVOD channels as well. But please think about this windowing, because it will help you decide, what do I want with my movie? Which audience do I want to reach? And is this the right moment?
Action.
You have to start the first paragraph.
All right. You're invited to the MZIAIF. That's the International Christian Film Festival taking place
from October 15th to October 19th, 2024.
in a virtual setting.
Here's what awaits you. Dive into daily victory entertainment sessions where fun and laughter abounds. Immerse yourself in 12 workshops led by seasoned experts covering various aspects of filmmaking, digital content, and more. Experience soul-stirring praise and worship sessions featuring talented artists.
Participate in these life-changing seminars and spiritual messages and explore the faith and family film interchange. That's the F3 interchange with industry experts. Enjoy global film screenings and witness the celebration of Christian filmmakers worldwide in the Global Award ceremony.
Don't miss out on this incredible faith-based film festival. Now register for free at www.mziaifilmfestival.com.
Join us for an unforgettable journey into the world of Christian filmmaking and storytelling. See
You there.
God bless you.
Then, a big learning that I learned during those 6 years is that it sometimes is really hard to find these filmmakers or the right owners of a movie. So sometimes it happens that I come across a trailer of a movie on YouTube, or that I see, for example, a movie on another SVOD service or on a TVOD service. Myself, I'm going through the catalog, for example, of Christian cinema once in a few months to see what have they acquired that perhaps is interesting for me as well. But it is so hard to find those right owners. So please, if you made a movie, also make an IMDb page with your contact details on it, because that really helps people that acquire movies for channels to find your movie. Same with Facebook pages. So sometimes people make a Facebook page about their movie. Really good. It really helps us to find you. However, I think if I send a message to one of those Facebook pages, only 25% of the times it happens that people send me a message back. So if you made a Facebook page, please keep up to date. Please check, have people send me a message, have people try to contact me. Because also if your movie is a few years old, it can still happen that the ball starts rolling, and that people are searching for the right owner of the movie because they want to have that movie online on their platform. And the last thing, I think, do research for TVOD platforms, for SVOD platforms. Try to contact them. I think it makes sense to, as a movie maker, try to have a network as well of people that are acquiring movies for SVOD channels, for TVOD channels. Because if you spend the energy, if you do the time investment of searching for those people, try to be in touch with them, try to contact them. Because if you do, if you make a second movie or a third movie, you can use this same network again. And sometimes online you will just find an info email or a customer service email. Just send them an email, and perhaps they know in their organization who they need to send it to. And if you have sent one email and you had no response, just send a second email and think about why can it happen that people do not respond on this email. For example, if I receive an email, most of the time it's just a screener link with a movie, perhaps a description, that's it. But you need to grab my attention, because a lot of people are sending emails with their movies, with their ideas. But if you send an email about acquiring your movie, you need to make sure there is a good trailer, there is good artwork, because you need to grab my attention. Because if you cannot grab my attention, you will not be able to grab the audience attention of the SVOD service. It's like so the artwork is really important. The trailer is really important. I think it is worth doing some thinking about how do I word my email, what do I say in this message, and what can I, how can I help the guy I send this email to make a quick decision whether this movie is worth his time or not. Then a few learnings about movies online. I want to share with you the learnings that we had as an SVOD service. So sometimes it can happen that those learnings are not suitable for a default service or for an AVOD service, but these are learnings we did as a platform over the last 6 years. One of the things that is online, that is so crucial online, is the first few minutes of the movie. The click of the viewer is really easy, the click away. So if one is watching a movie, for example on YouTube, it's so easy to decide after 2 minutes, it's not getting my attention, I will watch something else. So think about your first scene, your first moments. It needs to grab someone's attention. It's really different with making a movie for a cinema, because then people are sitting in their chair, they cannot go anywhere, so it's quite possible to start slowly introduce what I'm watching at, what is going on. That online is not possible anymore. You need to grab someone's attention at the very first moment. Another thing that's really important is that short movies are performing really well for SVOD. So a movie that's about in between 15 minutes and 45 minutes, that's really something that can work for SVOD service. So if you have a good idea, you don't need to make a movie of 90 minutes or even longer. 45 minutes, if you can fit the story into 45 minutes, most of the time it's better than extending it and making it into 90 minutes. And make your movie enjoyable to watch. What I mean with that is not that you cannot put in a heavy message in your movie, but think about the viewer that's sitting down from a long day work, watching a movie. Is this something he wants to watch? I think you need to try to get in the mind of the viewer and make your movie from that direction. And what always helps if it's from a good personal story. And we prefer, of course, a true story. I think that are the movies that did the best for our platform. So movies that truly happened, good personal story about someone his beliefs. I think that is the best example of a movie that did well for us. So try to look for stories that are in your that you know of people that have an incredible belief story, and that can be the start of your next movie. And that's really something that's only suitable for SVOD, because I know it's different for AVOD and it's different for TVOD. But for SVOD, series are much more suitable than movies. So if you are thinking about doing a 2-hour movie, for example, also think about, is it possible to make for a second edit of 4 times 30 minutes? Because that makes your product much more interesting for an SVOD service. Because series are the new thing for SVOD services. I think Netflix was the big company that invented this series thing, and also mini-series, so series with 3 or 4 episodes. That is really the new way of watching, because it's much easier to convince someone watching a short episode of 30 minutes instead of convincing someone sitting down for a movie of 2 hours. And then a really important point, it's not only a movie. For streaming and for online, the artwork is just that important as the movie itself. I know it sounds strange, because most of you will call yourself a movie maker. But imagine you're scrolling through YouTube, scrolling through an SVOD service like New Faith Network. You only see the images. and those images will decide which movie you're going to watch or which movie you're going to click on. So think, if you have done the movie, please do the investment of creating really good artwork, because it will definitely be worth the time investment to create good artwork, because that's the window to your movie. The other thing that's important, of course, is a good trailer. And a trailer is not something that tells the story, because then people don't have to watch your movie anymore. But it needs to trigger people to become interested in the story, and they need to think, oh, I need to know how it ends. Ooh, this triggers me. I think this is a high quality movie. I want to watch this. So it's not a summary of the movie. It's something that triggers people to watch your movie. That was my story. I will be in the Q&A later in this workshop, so then you can ask me questions. I was open for questions. I'm really interested in what you guys are doing and what you guys are thinking about digital distribution. Later today I will have a seminar at 5:30 p.m. And there I will tell more about the New Faith Network that I'm working for and what we are doing. And also I will show you how you can submit your movie to our service, because then at least you don't have to do the research for our service anymore. So I hope to see you all in the Q&A later in this workshop, and thank you.
Mziaif International Christian Film Festival.
Wasn't that beautiful? Oh my God, this brings back all the experiences, those wonderful blessings and grace we received at the film festival in the last couple of years. More importantly, I want to remind you that the film festival this year is going to be from October 15th to the 20th. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to be celebrating different highlights and beautiful things. It's impact messages, the victory entertainment, workshops. We have 12 workshops, 8 seminars, 5 impact messages, 5 victory entertainment. And then we have several other features like connecting with distributors and so on and so forth. So we're inviting you again this year. Get ready to join us at the Film Festival at Mziaif ICFF 2024, the 4th experience, and it's going to be so lovely. Again, as we come back to you next week by the grace of God on another episode of The Quest as we get you ready for the Film Festival this year. God bless you.